Good morning, my sweet angel babies. The washing machine has something to say. Sorry about that background noise, that's obnoxious. I got a lot of laundry to do. Clearly, I am back in my home today. I'm done watching the kitties, and I can no longer ignore my mess. So today we are organizing my craft stuff and a couple other little silly things on my to-do list. We'll see how that goes. But when I moved in about a year ago, I just plopped shit down, and that's where it stayed, and I have done no further organization, nothing. So today we have to organize my craft stuff, and I fear for my life. I'll show you what I'm seeing, and it's not pleasant. I'm gonna hit you with the wide angle camera here, so the quality is probably ass, but just for, the biggest picture, this is what we're dealing with right now. So I guess we'll start over here. This is my spinning wheel. I have lingerie, socks, and underwear in these IKEA cubes, and then clearly this is just ADHD piles on ADHD piles on ADHD piles on ADHD piles. So we need to deconstruct these piles. I've got tech stuff and belts, obviously, extra dye stock, yarn scraps, puffs, mannequin heads, the usual. I need to go through those acrylic organizers. They're full of sewing stuff, so I need to figure that out. My sewing machine, she's so dusty. Random shit. This is an ADHD pile in itself. Yarn, shit, yarn. Creepy makeup art. People hate when I do these, but I love to take my makeup off in a very creepy way, and I'm gonna frame these. Cursed. Anyways, I'm blocking some pieces right now. These are dry, I just have to unpin them, and then this is, again, chaos. Obviously, my stack of books, tools, tags, stitch markers, that kind of thing. And then spinning stuff, some stuff that doesn't have a home. One of these has dye in it. One of them has, I don't know what's there. I don't know what's in these bottom ones. And there's my Swift, some windshield washer fluid that's useless because it snowed, Judy with my clean laundry, and some other shit. So this is what we're dealing with, and I don't know where to start. My vision, though, I think I'm gonna take this cube and lay it flat and then put the 6 cube over there. So we're kind of shifting layout, if that makes sense. I hope that's gonna work, but it'll just give me more space along the top, I think. So that's what we're gonna do. Here's my list. This is how I organize things. So it is a snow day. That's all you get to see of my front yard. Snow day to-do list. Bathroom, laundry, boring. Y'all, I'm not gonna show you that. Organize the craft things. We kind of talked through this. Yarn bins, I need to reorganize. Swap the shelves, like the layout of them. Dust everything, clean the floors. I have some swatches I'm blocking right now. I need to unpin that lingerie thing, wherever the hell it went. Oh, right there. And I need to unpack my makeup table and just give it like a little clean, organize, and dust. I need to dust the gallery wall. I noticed we're just getting a little bit dusty here on the bed frame. I have been gone for 5 weeks, so I need a little dust on the gallery wall. The washing machine, I apologize, I'll keep it quick. I did some swatches for that project that's on my blocking board right now. Yeah, you're supposed to block your swatches and shit before you even start the project, but I use swatches just for my Fibre journal. I don't use them for gauge or anything. Okay, I'll shut the fuck up now. That's annoying. Because I am also just getting home from watching the cats, I'm slowly unpacking all of my stuff that I had over at my friend's place and reorganizing it back into my stuff. So I'm kind of doing some organizing like that. I also don't know where my tripod is, so we're free floating today. The angles are gonna get weird. We're gonna get 2 birds stoned at once. I'm gonna unpin this and then pin those. Remember how I said the angles were about to get real weird? Here we are. So, I am sweating, okay? It is fucking hot in here. I'm sweaty. I am, first of all, just going through all of my bins to organize because I feel like as your stash shifts and changes, your organization needs to change also. And obviously I've been using a lot of my stash. I haven't been purchasing a lot of yarn lately, so I need to reorganize. Here we are. This is all of my hand spun yarn. We're organizing that first. This bin is supplies like Fibre to spin, and there is some wool wash Eucalan. That is the Fibre for spinning. I have some more, so I might actually I think I'm gonna take this bigger bin. We're getting an upgrade. More room for my Fibre. Okay, I think we're gonna upgrade her. I'm going to put some of my Fibre that's in this random bag of overflow. A nice little upgrade. This is the last of the orange roving. The last of it. I've spun up so much of this. As you can see, like all of this hand spun yarn has that orange in it, but I'm really proud of myself for like using it all up and being resourceful or whatever. Okay, so this is a lot of mohair locks or teaswater. I never know how to say that. Oops. Teaswater, which I think that's a sheep. That's a breed of sheep. Locks. You guys know I love lock spinning. Sorry, this crinkling. There's also, this is some sari silk. Gorgeous. I've never spun with silk, but I was feeling ballsy when I bought that. That's the last of that like crinkling sound. I have a bunch of little Eucalan samples that are just kind of floating around here. I'm just gonna tuck those in. And then, yeah, I guess I will put my other skeins. These are some lock spins I did. The lighting is not very good. Let's see if I can make it better. That's better. It's very snowy out, so we get that snow reflection. This is some lock spinning I did. And I'm not going to talk a lot about these. If you want to see me spin these, I'm sure it's in a Fibre fuckery. Go look around. I'm sweaty. Okay, more hand spun. Okay, originally I wasn't going to put all my hand spun in here, but I think I am. It just fits very nicely. And it's a nice way to have all my little scraps. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So I had two smaller bins. One kind of had all my hand spun like jammed into it, and the other one had my Fibre stuff. So we're gonna upgrade bigger bin. Ooh, and I'm just realizing there's this over here. Oh, I love this. I want to knit with this. It's snowy out, so it's the right time, but I got a lot on my plate. Dial it back. So I'm gonna put all of this into here, and these are for sale on my website, so they're gonna go into a different section, my stock section, not my personal stash section. In the bottom of this box, I have a couple little samples that I kept for my Fibre journal, and I saw it somewhere. Oh, if you haven't seen her before, this is my Fibre journal. It is just a nice leather journal that I put my sketches, swatches, yarn tags, thoughts, questions, comments, concerns into. So they'll be going in here. I definitely want to do another Fibre fuckery about my Fibre journal. I get so many questions about it all the time. Y'all want to read through my whole journal? It's my baby. This is all my deepest, darkest secrets are in here. But I do want to do a video about it. I just find it's a very soothing part of being a Fibre artist. It's like, it helps me decompress in a way. So I would love to do another video on that. Another day. We got enough shit going on. But these will be going into my like journaling section of the organization, if you can call it organization. I have a small little stash of sock yarn. This was actually like all of this minus these guys. This I actually thrifted. I found a little bag and someone had donated. I cannot remember the brand that does this style of sock yarn, but there was some in there, and I don't knit socks, so why I thought I needed this, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna do a little, what is on that? I'm gonna do a little sock yarn bin. Again, I don't knit socks, so I don't have a lot of like designated sock yarn, but I think a little spot for all of my like chaotic sock yarns to go, so that they have a spot, a small little spot. If you notice these rolling around, these are cedar cubes. Cedar is a good repellent for moths, so I normally have a couple little cubes in each of my bins for preventative measures. I live on the east coast of Canada, so moths are very common here and very hard to get rid of if you do have them. Just because the humidity here, the climate we have, I'm in Vancouver, BC, the climate that we have here is just perfect for moth problems. And I had a moth problem 2 years ago. My landlord never told me. I was in a basement suite and they were upstairs. They never told me that they had a moth problem upstairs, and moths don't care that there's a different unit. So they fucked with me, and it was a bitch to get rid of them. So I have a lot of preventative measures in my stash. It's so warm in here. When I was bringing some stuff home last night from my friend's, bit my tongue, from my friend's place, I was like, oh, I can leave some of this in my trunk. I'm not gonna need it. It'll be fine. Girl, I need it now, and look. Son of a bitch. I'm not going out there to get it. It can stay in there. Slightly annoying, but there's just like a small handful of skeins out there that I would have loved to hop in here and organize, but that is okay. I didn't finish showing you what I was doing. This here is hand-dyed yarn. I have a project in mind for this. This is some Cascade 220, I think, Peruvian Highland wool that I dyed. Some over-dyeing projects, some dyeing projects, some over-dyeing projects. Don't even ask. I'm putting it in the stash like this. That's not my problem. This is all mohair, and I'm very happy with how much mohair I have used up. This project, if you saw the fuckery of my little lax sweater, I used a lot of my mohair in here. So my mohair stash is down. This, oh my goodness, my friends that just got back from Japan, they brought me back this gorgeous kid silk mohair. It looks like a little creamsicle. I want to eat it. And I'm going to put it next to the mohair they got me on their last Japan trip. They know me well. So that's mohair. This is cotton. That's mohair. This is cotton. I'm just going to put these back into boxes to organize. This is some yarn that I thrifted. How cool is this mohair? So neat. What is the blend of this again? 35% mohair, 35% acetate, 19% viscose, 9% wool, 2% polyamide. It's so chaotic and crazy. And I am just opening this bag and I didn't realize how much of this is in here. I thrifted this a while ago and just kind of put it in a little quarantine bag, and I'm now opening it up and realizing there's a lot of it. So what the hell am I gonna do with this? Alrighty, here's where we are at loosely. There is still that yarn in my trunk, which is a problem for later. But hand spun yarn, love. I just want to bury my face in here. This is kind of miscellaneous wool sock yarn. This is all of my fiber to be spun, plus she doesn't fit in there. We've got my cotton stash. I have a stash buster that I want to try for this bin. This is mohair. This is all mohair, and believe it or not, there used to be more. No one let me buy mohair. And then this is my hand-dyed yarn. And this used to be so overflowing. It was kind of ridiculous. So I'm really happy with where my stash is at. And oh, I forgot. This is some bear yarn. So yeah, you know what bear yarn is. To be dyed. Let me talk about this bag actually. God. Okay, so a while ago, a friend purchased an estate sale lot full of yarn because it came in all of these bins and organization, and that shit's expensive. Like if you want to go to like Canadian Tire, Amazon, wherever you're buying like these kind of bins, that shit is fucking expensive. So they bought a lot of an estate sale yarn stash, and they kept all of the containers in the organization and then let me and another Fibre friend go through all the yarn. If you remember on my Instagram in the summer, I was donating a lot of yarn to my local Fibre libraries. If you don't know what a Fibre library is, I'll put some links. We talked about weird angles, here we are. I'll put some links in my description of the content I'm talking about, but in Vancouver, there's a local yarn store, Bad Anna's, love them. They have started this community, what would I call it? Like community care, mutual aid type situation. You might have seen like little libraries. In Vancouver, we have lots of little libraries. So just in like residential neighborhoods, there'll be like a little bookcase essentially on the sidewalk. And some of them have books, some of them have yarn. That estate sale lot, a lot of that yarn went to different Fibre libraries in my neighborhood. And this was one of the things that I kept. So this is someone's whip. This is whoever the estate sale lot belonged to. This was one of their whips. And I don't know what to do with it because it's a shawl, I believe. It's gorgeous. Like, I don't know what else this would be. Like, just the shape of this. If you have any idea of what they could have been trying to make, please let me know. I'll give you a close-up on these textures. So you can see that white, that's Angora. I don't even have to look at the yarn label. I touched that and I went, oh, that's Angora. Angora yarn is so soft, it's not even funny. There is I don't know what that one is. There is some sort of like, what the hell would I call this? It's like a ribbon of something. And that last like textured cotton, super cool, but I don't know what I would, so there's one finished panel and there is one in progress panel, and I don't know, yeah, like this is all coming off now because I forgot wasn't on stitch, it's not on needles or stitch, what the hell is the stitch holder? Stitch holders? I'm having an aneurysm. Anyways, I don't know what to do with this, so it's just been sitting in my stash for a long time. I don't want to frog all this because it's gorgeous, but I think I might want to play around with like freehand with this. I was thinking like it could be a very cute like kind of asymmetrical piece, and then I could fill in the rest with like a freehand crochet, something. That's kind of the vision I have for this chunk, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the rest. And also, this is not my color palette. You guys know me. You just saw my yarn stash. There's not a single black hank of yarn or white yarn besides my undyed stuff. So these are not my colors. Gorgeous yarn. There's lots left too. So there's some of this left. It's a little bit chaotic and tangled, but there's some of that Angora. Maybe I'll organize this right now and that'll make me want to look at this more. But yeah, that's just like a cute little someone's whip that was in the bag. So yeah, I don't know what to do with it. I actually never noticed this had a little label stuck into it. And bitch, I told you, it's Angora. It's just so soft, and Angora fibers are pretty long. So you can, oh, it's so soft. If you've never felt Angora, I would add it to a bucket list. Not even to just knit with it, just to touch it. I've made an absolute fucking mess of my room. Shit everywhere. We gotta bring this motherfucker down. So, let's hope I don't hurt myself. It's IKEA furniture, so it's not too heavy. Oh, where's my tongue? Okay. Whew. Gotta get a fucking broom back there, damn. Currently, I am organizing. Chaotically. Look at all that. Ew! So I think books are gonna go up here. I've been looking for like a cool bookend, nice and heavy, just to hold them in place. I haven't been able to find one, so I might just use my sewing machine for now. until I can find a cool little bookend. I think that's the plan. Hello friends, it has been a few days, maybe a few weeks at this point, since we have last sat down together. And one thing about me is when I'm filming, I'm just filming clips. I put them into an editing folder and then I don't look at them until I edit them. So I don't know what I said last. I don't know where we left off last. But let me get you up to speed. So I think it's been about a week and a half since we did our big organize. And let me tell you, the space is no longer organized. Just there's a lot of laundry and chaos, and there's a lot of, I'm looking at like several different ADHD piles, and I know the point of this video was to organize my ADHD piles, so I organized those ones, but now there's others. So you will get the full reveal this weekend when I can clean some shit up and properly do the damn thing. But I wanted to say, I ordered something, and that's why there's kind of a pause. Now, does this ever happen to you? You open like Instagram or Facebook and you see something super cool pop up, and then the feed like auto refreshes, and then you just, it was gone. It's gone forever. That happened to me. So I was on Facebook, crazy, and I saw this post pop up, and someone had used a plant propagation like hanging stand. I'm gonna put a photo in so you are up to speed and you're not confused. They used a plant propagation hanging stand to organize their crochet hooks and knitting. I think they just had crochet hooks, but I was like, that is genius. So I did order one. I ordered it from the forbidden Jeff Bezos. I try really hard not to shop on Amazon whenever possible, but I had some gift cards from some clients. So I figured, listen, we're gonna organize some shit. Let's just get her delivered quick. So that got delivered the other day. I figured we should probably hang that up and organize some things. I just went to grab some double-pointed needles for my little swatch that I'm knitting up, and my double-pointed needle storage just gives me an aneurysm. So let's not be doing that. I will need a label maker, and I think my roommate has one. I'm gonna check in with her, but let me show you this plant propagation stand. My swatch is gonna have to wait. Stunning. Incredible work. Let me put the tubes in. Good morning, my sweet angel babies. I have my tripod back, so you are at a sturdy angle. Still kind of a weird angle. Did I style my hair today? Absolutely not. And I finished all the shit that I was dealing with, so I can give you the full, focus on my face, please. I can give you the full reveal. You're getting a weird corner angle of it. The sun is shining. I woke up today, guzzled some caffeine. I got a tattoo yesterday. I'll show it to you. It's so cute. So I think I just have like a happy little brain boost from getting my tattoo. The sun is out. Let me flip you around and give you kind of the final organizational reveal. Final for now. Obviously there's still always more yarn to be bought and more things to be organized, but this is where we're at. A lot of progress. The quality looks terrible in this wide angle video. Double apologies, just so you can get the whole, the whole gist of everything before I zoom you in and we talk section by section. Here we are. This is the corner of my room. And this is my window. And this is the pile of things on the floor that don't have a home, but they stay at the base of my bed. Okay, let me zoom you in. Here she is. This is my little plant propagation stand. How nice does that sound? Love. So I basically put in my most frequently used hook and needle sizes. I delusionally thought this was going to be big enough to put in all my crochet hooks, all my double pointed needles, all of my interchangeable needles. Girl, please be for real. This is not going to hold everything I wanted it to hold. I might end up getting another one. I also don't love shopping on Amazon, so I might see if I can find one of these on Facebook Marketplace or something. Moral of the story is I put in my most used sizes and I just kind of labeled what needed to be labeled. Obviously these hooks I can see what they are, and these are like my 5s. This is anything below a 3mm. The way it's labeled makes sense to me. I'm gonna hang this back up. It's heavy. I also got, as a little treat to myself, again with that same Amazon gift card from the client, I ordered some tiny little carding brushes. So these are from Amazon again. Please forgive me for I have sinned. But like I said, I had the gift card and I do like buying new tools. These are the Wool Buddy brand wool carders from Amazon. They're small. These are small compared to like any of the Ashford sized ones. Like they're little. Like this is, I have little hands. This is the size of the brush. So it's definitely for little projects. These are fucking sharp. I didn't realize what this was when the package came in the mail. And these motherfuckers are sharp. I stabbed myself through the packaging. So that's where they live right now. It is just kind of hung up in this corner here because they're sharp and I don't want them anywhere close to me because I keep hitting myself with them. So I just kind of keep her hung up here out of the way with the plant. Up here we have my books. So I have some books and I put them up there so they're out of the way. Eventually I want to hang a shelf up here. I have the shelf in my trunk. I just don't have the tools or the height or the ability to hang it up. So eventually I will have a shelf up there and I will move my books up one more, but for now they're here. I still do not have the book end that I want, but for now everything is so compacted up here, the books just kind of stay up and it's fine. Let me see if I can raise you any higher. I cannot in fact raise you any higher, so you're getting freeform, nauseous videography here. Books, we're not going to run through those. There's a lot of them. I have this very tiny little shopping cart, very silly, full of just like miscellaneous things. I have some tags, my like vintage row counter, a little bird skull that I found in the woods as a wee child, and a friend made me these really cool teeth. They're made of clay and I just think they look really silly and cute here next to my little bird skull. I have some miscellaneous crafts that I have not yet dove into, some embroidery kits if you will. What am I caught on? Oh god, okay, tripod caught, professional businesswoman here. In the back, these little blue jars are just full of like scrap yarns, what is it called? Loose ends that I've woven in and snipped off. Those are the ends. One day I will card them all up and spin them back into a new yarn, hence why I got my carders. That'll be for that one day and other things, but that was the main purpose. You can see all my loose ends. Okay, this keeps getting caught. All my loose ends are in those 1, 2, 3, 4 jars back there. There's more down here actually, but those are the ones up there. I have this very cutie little skull jar from Michael's Halloween many years ago. They do these every year, but scissors, latch hooks, super bulky double pointed needles that don't fit anywhere else. Everything is in here. I've got a line of liquids here. My sewing machine oil, I use it on my spinning wheel and my sewing machine, greases all the parts. Some Eucalan wool wash. This is the grapefruit. This is some plant fertilizer, actually. It just kind of fits here. And some cedarwood oil. If you know, you know. Pens behind here. And these are also some bulkier double pointed needles and crochet hooks that don't fit over here. My Instax camera, love her work. And I have my Knitter's Pride blocking pins here, just easy access right there. It's very nice to not have to hold you. So we're gonna run through this really quickly. This is nothing very exciting in my opinion. Top left, we have some Fibre journal stuff. So you can see like there's a lot of paper. I have colored pencils, Sharpies, stickers, anything that I would want to put into my Fibre journal. I will be filming more about my Fibre journal at a later date. Don't know when, don't quote me on anything. I will, at some point in the next couple months, you'll see more of my Fibre journal. In the middle here, this is all dye powder. So there is dry dye powder in there. There's some beads along the side, sandpaper, tape, like random shit that doesn't really have a home, and my dye powders. On the, what side is this? The right. You can see my Fibre journal looking stunning. I have my planners, a bunch of other little like notepads just with useless notes that I write once and then forget about. Yeah, my planner, just notepads really. And then back there, as I said, more scraps. I have a lot. There is also another jar back here that you cannot see, full of scraps and loose ends. What can I say? I'm a monster. Here is, it looks like more scraps and loose ends, but this is the yarn portion of another project drawer that's off to the side here. You cannot see. I'll explain more about that in a minute when we rotate right. Back to the bottom left here, my yarn winder, it stays there. I have to move it every time I want to wind yarn into the kitchen. I've tried to do it here, sorry, down here. There's not enough room. It's annoying. So it just stays there out of the way beside my extra bobbin. This bobbin should be on my spinning wheel, but I'm too lazy to take it apart and put it on. And behind there is more craft stuff, more fiber journal stuff. You can see my little paper cutter back there. I've got construction paper, more heavy duty tape, leather punch, random shit like that. And then here we have some yarn. We've got some cotton in this top little bin. Below is my sock yarn that I don't knit socks with. So why I have so much, I'm not entirely sure. Beside, I have my little, you can't really, I'll show you this guy. This is my most favoriteest little notions kit for when I'm out and about. So this is a Makeup Forever. I'm pretty sure this is like a gift with purchase type bag. I work with a Makeup Forever brand person, so I get a lot of goods. It's this little cube and it just rolls out. It's meant for makeup. It's meant for, you know, like a travel size makeup bag, but I put my travel notions in it. It's full of cat hair, clearly, and some more scrap yarn that needs to go into the jars, but that's where that lives. I love it. There is also some fiber that I dyed that is sitting here because it didn't fit with the other fiber. I don't know why this is kind of focusing terribly weird. I'm not filming again. Fiber stuff, there is mohair locks, roving, literally anything that I could want to spin with is in there. There's some soak and Eucalan. They're both like laundry detergent wool washes. This is like very miscellaneous sewing stuff. I do need to go through this and donate some of it. A lot of the, oh, that's very dusty. Missed that one when I was dusting. Yeesh. Some of the fiber libraries that I was telling you guys about do have a lot of sewing stuff in them. And I do remember a few of them that are near me that are more like sewing based stuff versus yarn stuff. So I'm going to donate some of my old sewing stuff into that fiber library. And then very sneakily here is some very improperly stored dye stocks. That is some glass Coca-Cola bottles with tape over the top. Don't store your dye stock like that, okay? Don't do it. That's what I had that's what I had when I was putting them away, and here we are. That's that. The thing about this tripod is it's not a good tripod, so while I like to pretend it would make my life easier, it doesn't really. Okay, so we are moved a little bit more to the right here. This is my big ass bulletin board. I have tons of things on it, obviously. I have a lot of swatches for different projects. Swatches, some sketches. I just like to have the visuals out. I'm a very visual bitch. And some other silly things. Yes, it is a tiny vibrator. Do my friends know me very well and getting me silly little trinkets on their travels? Yes. I have my own Polaroids framed very cutely in this little, I'm sure this is meant for like your luggage, like a luggage tag, but I have some of my favorite Polaroids in it because I like looking at myself, as a true Leo does. What else? There's just a lot of project notes. I'm trying to get better at writing project notes because I do a lot of freehand stuff, not following patterns, just following vibes, and I've been suffering lately not writing down my notes. So I did, in fact, start writing notes. Will I stick to this? We're not sure. Some Christmas cards, some cute little Polaroids, some stickers. This is kind of a pile of like tools. I don't have a lot of fixed circular needles, but the ones I do have are just kind of plopped over this nail. That's that. I guess I'll bring you a little closer to see the other goods. Along the side is just little trinket holders with many things. We've got some measuring tapes, some tiny little pins. This is supposed to be in my knitting machine storage, but I haven't opened my knitting machine to put this back into, so it just sits here. other miscellaneous things, clamps for my knitting machines, tapestry needles, clips, little things, and then in the very back is all of my stitch markers. This is in a very cute handmade ceramic dish by my incredible friend Alyssa. I'm gonna link all of her work below. Her freaking ceramic work is adorable. She gave me this little peace sign dish, purple and yellow, love. I've got my plastic stitch markers, my metal ones, my fancier ones. What the hell are these called? You like screw them on to your interchangeable needle cord to stop the stitches from falling off, whatever those are called. There's some buttons and other stitch markers in here. It's a lot of things. Okay, and down here, stay. This is your little project storage area. I don't know if we've talked about this project yet. I filmed a video of all of my latest projects, like a whip update, and it was out of focus the entire video. So I don't think you've seen this project yet, but it's a bunch of little floral granny squares. Cooperate. This bin of kind of scraps up here. I'm doing a like lace weight stash busting project. So this is the yarn I'm using for this. I'm trying to not use so many project bags. I love a project bag, but sometimes there's just 14 different project bags placed around my room, and I'm trying to get better at having like an out of the way spot to put projects. So that's where that lives. Down below I have some washi tape. This is all my washi tape organized. Is this a good use of space? No, absolutely not, but look how cute it looks. And then in the back I have pliers, fabric scissors, and extra lighters. Very quickly here, I have my Polaroid camera, my favorite hand cream, some very cute little pinned bugs, a booby candle that my incredible friend Aiden made for me, and then on the side here there's just, what are those called? Push pins? Push pins for my bulletin board, some cable needles, bigger tapestry needles, blocking pins. There's like some, what are these called? Craft eyes, that's not the right word. Safety eyes. There's some safety eyes in here. Why? Couldn't tell you. And that is up here. We're gonna lower you down again. Really quickly gonna run through this. It's not very exciting at all. You saw me organize everything that's in these bins, so I'm just now showing you where I put them. Off in the corner here, these are project bags and bins, I guess, that I'm currently working on, so that's why they're on the floor. I can just grab them, pop them back out of the way, grab them, pop them back. My yarn swift is tucked in the corner there. You can see my sewing machine, and there's some other, like, you can kind of see that little metal corner peeking out there. There's some dye pans and extra dye shit over there. Very top left cube is sewing things, and there's also like a lot of film negatives, a lot of random shit over there. I can't find my elastic thread, and it's driving me crazy. You know, like, there's that nylon thread that's super fine, and you can like knit it in things, whatever. I have so much of that, and I hate working with it, and I know I have one little spool of like an elastic thread, and I need it for like 6 things, and I can't find it, and I swore it was in there. I hate organizing because I lose at least 4 very important things. Anyways, we have some hand spun yarn right here in this bin. Above is just some wool, natural fibers in that bin. Most of it is thrifted. We've got my white bag of fiber there. You can see that is to be dyed. Below is, what is that? That is mohair. We have my socks, my underwear, and my lingerie. Mind your business. This is that estate sale project. The rest of it I have been kind of playing around with here on Judy. Below her is, what is that? Hand dyed yarn. And then this is just some acrylic in a little bin that I have accidentally thieved from Aiden and Anju, and I need to get back to them. But for now it's sitting there. And oh yeah, you'll see more about this in my whip update video that I assume will come out after this one. Don't quote me on that, but I'm doing a granny square blanket, my first blanket project. So that is all kind of tucked in there. I am in fact winded from filming all of that, talking way too fast. I think that's truly all I have to say. What I just said, all of the things I needed to say. You saw the whole process. Wow, stunning. you saw the whole process, and it feels much better. It feels much lighter. It's much easier to navigate my space. It kind of takes away that overwhelm of, oh, I want to start this project, but I know the materials I need for this project are buried under 6 layers of fuckery in different ADHD piles. Now, all my ADHD piles have been contained for now. For now is the key word. I think I will maybe do a very quick update once I put my shelves up, once I get a friend to put my shelves up, and if I end up getting another one of these bad boys. I was gonna show you my tattoo. Let me show you that, and then we're done here. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very much so struggling to get this framed, filmed, in focus, but you get the gist. I got this very, very perfect, silly little adorable leopard gecko. Oh my god. Leopard gecko in a little clown outfit. This was done by Rachel. Their Instagram handle is Stinky Lizard Tattoos. He is incredible. I'm gonna link her work down below. I cannot stand like this any longer. I don't feel like raising this back up to film the outro. So here we are on the floor. Thank you for watching. I needed to clean desperately, so we did this together to hold me accountable, and it feels much better. I think maybe next weekend we'll go out and organize my trunk, because I don't know what's in your trunk, but my trunk is full of yarn. And I have no object permanence, so I don't know what's out there, and I think it'll be fun to dig through my trunk together. I have a big trunk, so maybe we'll do that soon. Anyways, if you watch the whole thing, slay. Thanks for watching. Follow my other social media, Jackass Collective on TikTok, Instagram. I think that's all I do. Subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day.